You're now listening to No Gimmicks.
No Gimmicks podcast, and we bring it to you. Every time we turn live, and you know it's the truth. Every after show, moving down, it's the time we move around. No Gimmicks podcast is going down. Every night, every time in the ring, it's time for No Gimmicks. No, we doing our thing. What's your state of mind? State of mind. Moving down a statement when we take the line. This is exactly wrestling the state design. When you see Stone Cold like me, with the stunner in the world, exactly, man, what we bring. Every night we move like Brock Lesnar, the F5, no gimmicks. We take you to your limit, what's the feeling? When we live in the air, you know we on, it's the time. Guarantee we move, you know how we respond. The state design when we feel it. Moving down, what's the healing? No gimmicks is the feeling.
Yo, what is up, people? Welcome back to the No Gimmicks podcast here on the DFPN. We're back in the saddle. Myself, my co-host, Frank Dee Vader. How's it been, buddy? How you been living, man?
Well, I am living fabulous. Okay. Was out today. I've been working on props all day. Been doing some stuff for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Trying to finish that project, and I just, I smell like Bondo and fucking filler primer. So I just been hustling and bustling, doing my thing. I went out earlier and I voted. That's pretty much it, man. Just living a dream. Yeah, I was out there fucking yesterday. I was playing Fortnite with my sister in Cali, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was getting smoked.
That's why I'm laughing, because I'm like, you do not play Fortnite. So
I do not play Fortnite. No. But they've been begging me to get on there, so I finally decided to get on there, and that was cool.
That's dope.
Yeah, but I want to send a shout out right quick. If you'll see it or you won't see it, but I want to send a shout out to my man DA, Derek Anderson, from the DA. Here on YouTube. I was a guest the other day on his podcast.
Nice.
During the listener stream. I was on there. We talked a little bit about the Kylo Ren movie and all that stuff. So I want to send a shout out to the DA, and that's my dude. So yeah, that was fun.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And shout out to you guys, you and Gibbs, Rebel Empire. Great first episode. So
yeah.
Kudos, man. I love seeing stuff like that, and just how natural it felt and how happy you guys were to just talk Star Wars. It was some dope shit to watch, man.
Yeah, man. We're gonna do more for the Rebel Empire show. It's just schedules right now are conflicting because he's a busy man, I'm a busy man, but we'll get it back together. But we are back right now live on the #1 podcast. Okay, that's what we are.
According to Grok.
According to Grok. We're the #1 podcast on the network of the DFPN, and I'm very proud of that fact because it takes a lot to put these shows together. But oh man, Black Meg here. What's up with you, man?
Man, I
saw something you put the other day, and I wanted to kind of go a little bit into it with you right quick in public, if you will.
Let's do it.
You talked about, kind of want to be a content creator full time.
Yeah, man, it's something, and you know me with these shows. I love putting it together. I love talking about stuff. I love doing it, man. And so it's been something. We talked about this a long time ago, and it's just. Right. Putting the plan together, starting to see where No Gimmicks is starting to go. I'm starting to take it a lot more serious. It's become something that's like consuming my normal 9 to 5 now. So it's like, man, I think we're getting towards the point where this can be a full-time thing. But, even with that, and it just takes me stepping back, looking back at where we were, bro, because we were on the couch with this stuff. You know what I mean? Like
we were,
Mike. You know what I mean? We were on the couch.
I remember when we started. Well, I remember, bro, when we started hanging out. That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
when we started hanging out, and you mentioned to me about podcasts, and I'm like, bro, I did podcasting for a little while, so it's kind of like I kind of kind of pushed the idea a little bit. And
Yeah.
you one day came out with, wrestling with my thoughts one day. And then after that, I came on board, whatever, and we've been rocking and rolling with this, since then. Because I mean, listen, there's wrestlers out there, professional wrestlers that do podcasts, but you're not going to find a podcast like this one where you have people that know every damn thing and when it happened, and then can tell you when it happened, just like that. That's the difference between us and everybody else. There are some podcasts that I listen to on YouTube that some of the hosts are just reckless as far as all they do is bitch and complain.
Yep.
And it's like there's no okay, I'm all for bitching and complaining, but what is the constructive criticism outside of bitching and complaining? Like, what would you do differently outside of bitching and complaining? That's like the new grift is to bitch and complain. And we try not to. I mean, you might hear us sometimes, No Gimmicks, where we bitch and complain about a couple of things that we don't like, our fantasy book things, but that's pretty much the premise of the show. Is to give you a fantasy book situation, give our thoughts on what's going on, but also give you a history lesson
of why that works.
Right? In regards to the wrestling business, and I think people see that. I mean, we're damn near at 30,000 subs here on YouTube.
Yep.
That's a hell of an accomplishment there for us to do that, and we're going to keep pushing out there. And I'm making an announcement right now that the Black Mac don't even know about. So here's the deal: if you are out there subscribing to the Patreon of the No Gimmicks, here's the deal: you sign up for the highest tier of Patreon Gimmicks or DFPN, and you will be allowed to be a special guest on the No Gimmicks podcast.
Oh shoot!
Up here with the Black Mac, Kelvin Cavey, and Frank Dee later, and you can talk wrestling, whatever. All you gotta do, sign up for the Patreon, the highest tier of the Patreon, and we're gonna do a little something where we come on here like maybe, I don't know, once a month. We'll have like a fan listener stream. Y'all come on and we just shoot the shit.
Yeah, I'm with that. I love the idea. I ain't gonna say no to that. So yeah make it happen. Absolutely, make it happen. But you hit a lot of points, man, and it's like, just taking this more serious, and I know we're approaching a point where it's gonna have to be a full-time thing.
Absolutely.
Just looking at the work that we did last year and the point that we made it to last year. Like at the end of last year, I walked out. So we did MPX all last year, and at the end of that, I was like, man, it's about to ramp up for 2026. Lo and behold, I didn't know how big it was going to get right off the bat. Because not only that, we were covering, we got the AEW thing, and then AEW MPX, they did Global Wars with ROH, and it's been a steady stream. So I like where we're going, but I also know like it's gonna take a full-time effort, and I'm probably gonna have to jump. So that's where I'm at with it, man. And it's like, looking at sometimes you can get down by like, man, we not established. People don't really know us like that. But I'm just looking at where we started and where we're at, and I'm like, bro, we've made leaps and bounds, like leaps and bounds. There's stuff we've done that I would have never put us in. There's people I talked to that I would have never thought that I would be having conversations with. So just the strength of that is just like, it's going to be something, and I'm just going to sit back and watch it happen, bro. But in the meantime, work towards it. That was the whole premise of that post. It's just like bite down off guard, man, and let's roll. That's it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I mean, it's going to come to a point in time where we put more into content and doing a lot more things, possibly running some angles. We've had that happen on the podcast. So
we did that.
There's a lot of different things that we can do here with this show. And like I said before, the listeners out there right now, join the Patreon, highest tier. You get to come on here and be a special guest host on No Gimmicks podcast.
Absolutely.
And we'll come up here and shoot the shit. And you'll see what it is. Come up here and shoot the shit with your boy Frank Dee Vader and the Black Man Kelvin Cavey. You can talk about professional wrestling, talk about entertainment, whatever it is.
Whatever.
So just join the Patreon and support your boys.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But with that, let's get into the show. I think we got a pretty good starting point. let's jump right here because I know this is going to lead us into AEW. So let's start with AEW. All right, business side of things. The Warner Brothers Discovery Netflix deal, it appears to be in serious jeopardy. And coupled with the fact that Paramount made a power play, and now they're looking at Paramount and saying, like, this may be a superior deal to what Netflix. I'm gonna go on record to say it is. Like what they're getting out of Paramount, they're not gonna get out of Netflix. And on top of the fact, there's so many compounding factors. It's such a complex situation. I don't know how they're walking this fine line, but they appear to be. So right now, it is in Netflix's hands. Warner Brothers Discovery. They made the deal. They accepted the deal. It still has to clear the courts. Right now, DOJ has an antitrust investigation up against this deal because they feel like it could monopolize the industry. Which, if you look at what Netflix does, it would cause serious harm to the movie theater industry and what they do. It would put a severe crack in that. But what Paramount is offering is leaps and bounds ahead of that, and it seems like a smart move for them to go ahead and take this Paramount deal. And the way they're talking, coupled with the fact that they haven't really been on the Netflix end of things and like trying to move towards an official this deal is done. We haven't seen any movement on that side toward getting this deal finalized and done and going through the courts. Other than the DOJ investigating it, it seems like Paramount is going to get this deal. Your thoughts on this situation?
Well, my thoughts on the situation is I think that David Zaslav, who is the president and CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery, has played a hell of a game here. And what I mean is that, listen, I think what's going down is I believe that David Zaslav, and Ted Sarandos have cooked up a scheme here to have Netflix enter the fray, to have Netflix say that we want to buy this thing, when in reality they don't want to, but also it pushes up the price that David Ellison and the Elvises are going to pay for Warner Brothers Discovery. There is no doubt in my mind, because of the antitrust issues as far as here in the United States and in Europe, there is no chance in hell that Netflix gets the deal. It's going to go to Paramount. Paramount had their earnings call today, and they actually rose 4% as far as subscriptions go for Paramount Plus. And they got a whole slate of films coming out. Scream 7 comes out in a couple of days. They got a Scary Movie reboot happening. They have another Sonic movie coming. They got Frisco King with Samuel L. Jackson that's coming. They got a lot of different programming over there. I don't know what the hell happened with Star Trek, but anyway, they got a lot of different programming coming, and I think that they want to add on to that by adding on Warner Brothers Discovery. It's the problem with Netflix is too big for their own good, and honestly, there are a lot of people on both sides of the aisle, because whether people want to admit this or not, this thing here is political. It has political all over it because of what it does to the entertainment industry. The Hollywood elites out there do not want this deal to happen between Netflix and Warner Brothers, because they know it's going to kill what's left of the industry in Hollywood. Movie theaters are already suffering, and a lot of it is because they put out shit movies. And a lot of the other part of it is that because the tickets to go to movies is too damn expensive. And that's where Netflix comes in. I don't believe for 1 second that Netflix is all about, we're gonna, we're gonna honor the traditional theater window. No,
hell no.
Their whole business is built on streaming. It's all built on streaming. Right. So, make a long story short, bro, I think that in the mere fact that Netflix is gonna walk away from this with $2.4 billion of a breakup fee that Paramount Skydance is going to have to pay Netflix.
Just to get that done. Yeah.
Just to get it done. Once Warner Brothers accepts the deal, it's obviously going to go to Peace Guy, bro. I just that's what I think it's going to go. Paramount is going to take it, and how this intertwines into AEW is because WWE's and they're a real shicey business, and what I mean by that is that there is no way that they're going to allow AEW to have any type of an association as long as
with Netflix.
With Netflix,
Yep.
Not going to happen. So it's better for Paramount to buy it for AEW's sake, because then they get to say on the network they can renegotiate the contract. I'm pretty sure Paramount would love to have a professional wrestling company under their umbrella. I mean, they're already doing business with UFC, so they would love to have that under their umbrella. So I think sky's the limit for Paramount, and I honestly believe, wholeheartedly, that Paramount is going to do right by the brands. They're going to do right by the IPs. I think they've already proven that they're going to honor the theatrical window. They're going to keep pushing out projects. We're going to probably won't have to wait years for a Batman movie. We'll probably get a Batman movie. James Gunn, for some reason, is talking about it'll be 4 to 5 years before we get a Batman film.
I told y'all about him. I told y'all about him.
What are you talking about, bro? Like,
I told y'all about him, bro. Like, that first movie, I have you like, oh, this guy's great. And then he started playing around.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but then it's like the Peacemaker happened. Like some questionable shit happened there, bro. Like, I don't get it. But all I know is, in my opinion, Paramount takes it. Paramount gets the studios. Paramount gets the linear networks. That's what they want. See, that's the thing. That's the difference here. So Paramount's offering $31 per share.
They want everything,
the whole thing. Netflix is offering now $27 a share in cash.
And they don't want the linear network.
They don't want the linear networks, no.
Yeah.
And Netflix's stock has decreased 40% since they announced they were going to buy it. The Paramount's their stock has decreased as well, but only because they fear that they won't get it.
Right.
That's the difference.
Right.
Netflix's stock is dropping because people are afraid they're going to get it. And everybody knows they're not going to pass regulatory. Like, Netflix has no chance in hell.
No, and what clued me into the fact that Paramount might get it is the fact that they are willing to pay the breakup fee. That's a significant offer. If they're like, we'll pay you $2.4 billion to walk away. Yeah, right. That's a significant amount of money, and I don't have the problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I may lose money in the stocks, but I'm gonna get it back with this sale. So it's a smart deal for Warner Brothers to take the Paramount deal. On top of the fact that nothing really changes with them. You're under a different system. And for once, it looks like that may be the smartest deal to happen to Warner Brothers and Discovery since any merger of any kind. This may be the best deal that they'd get.
Yeah, I think it will be. I mean, they're fixing things over at Paramount. I mean, to pull in 78-something million subscribers now for Paramount Plus, that is a great number. I think they're doing better than Peacock at this point.
Yeah,
because Peacock doesn't have anything to offer. Once Peacock lost the WWE content,
it went down.
That was it. That was it down, bro.
Yeah,
that was
it. It went down, and you could tell that was a big loss because ESPN ended up getting a bump. So you could tell the wrestling fans make a significant portion of subscriptions, and you're probably going to see that with Paramount because people will want to subscribe to it. And I do think with HBO Max being under Paramount now, because Paramount does have that deal with Amazon, you may see a bunch of crossover there too. Because you could do Amazon Prime and watch Paramount Plus shows on there. That's how I watch my UFC. So there's benefits to them going straight over to Paramount.
Yeah, I'm just afraid really of kind of because I'm not a fan of Netflix. I'm not a fan of their content. I think they put a lot of questionable shit on their service. So I'm not a fan of them. So I would be much more a happy camper if Paramount got it, because at least I know that DC would be in the right hands, because I don't know what the hell Netflix would do with DC with Batman.
I don't either, and
all
I
these
was
other
kind of
characters.
I was kind of worried about that too. Like I don't know
Yeah.
what they would actually do with that library, and they haven't necessarily shown me that they know how to manage a library. Yeah.
No.
So I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
So, but on that subject, on AEW, they have seemed to be experiencing a small uptick, gradual week by week of fans starting to tune back into this product. And I've been watching. The shows have been getting really, really good. Hangman and MJF have a pretty good program going on right now. I don't really like the stipulation. There should be talking about it sometime soon. Not really a fan of the stipulation that if Hangman loses at Revolution, he can't challenge for it again. We've seen that movie before, and that guy ended up going to WWE. So,
right.
but for what it's worth, you have a bunch of good storytelling on this show, and it seems to be reflecting in the numbers. Both Collision and Dynamite have seen their audiences grow, and something good. It may be. I'm on this feeling of like they are starting to revert back to 2019. You're starting to feel like that again, and it's starting to show in the numbers.
I don't necessarily. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, see, 2019 was that was a magical time where it won't be repeated because just the talent is not there.
True.
That was once there. I get what you're saying though, as far as like the attitude goes, as far as just like the kind of momentum they have. Yeah, sure, it feels like 2019, but it's going to take a while for them to rebuild that audience. And I know a lot of people out there are thinking like, okay, well, they're not up to 1 million. They used to be at a million and more, and now they're like what 700,000 is their base. Okay, but even pulling in 700,000 people is pretty pretty good. In today's marketing, we don't even know the HBO Max numbers of what they're pulling on there. So I think that's actually pretty good. And as long as they keep doing what they're doing, telling good stories, and I don't know. I mean, listen. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my favorite thing. But use world events if you want to get people talking about your shit. If that's what will get people drawn into your show. Do what you do. The WWF used to do it all the time back in the day, where they would bring in real world stuff. But sometimes that's not necessarily a good thing either, because when people want to watch professional wrestling, they want to kind of escape the real world. So sometimes you don't want to bring real world stuff into that. So you got to tread lightly when it comes to that.
Yeah, I agree with that. It can be a slippery slope if you let it linger too long. If it pops up, then hey, it is what it is. Move on. And I'm on that train too. So yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. But I think sky's the limit for him, honestly. I think that once we get Bobby Lashley back in the mix here, we're gonna do some business. We got some stuff going on here. I think the development, the character development is there. I mean, we're seeing something going on right now with Swerve.
Love it.
We're seeing a lot of stuff here. We've seen the Young Bucks kind of revert back to the Young Bucks after that whole run of the characters they were portraying. They're back to wearing the fringes, which I think is pretty cool. I think it's cool to see the Bucks go back to their original attire and all that. We just recently saw Private Party return to AEW as well. So, I mean, they're doing a lot of good stuff over there. And I think the sky's the limit for them as long as they keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And one thing that's really catching my eye right now is the women's tag team division. They're starting to build that up, and they have people like shout out to Maya World, man. shout out to Maya World, shout out to Hyon getting signed to AEW. For those who don't know, Maya World was really early in the no gimmicks stage where she came on the show. She put us over big time in one of the biggest feuds with her and Izzy Moreno. She put us over. So shout out to her, man. And it's really dope to see her go from, Mission Pros and going all around Texas to now she's in AEW. Like stuff like that is awesome. But her and Hyan and people like that, you have people like Megan Bain and Penelope Ford that, not in the title picture right now, but you still see them week to week, and they're still having a big impact in that division. So shout out to AEW for putting that together. The tag team division for the women is pretty good. So they're doing some good things over there right now.
Yeah. And the mere fact that, Maya World, who, like you just mentioned, was one of the very, early guests of No Gimmicks. And I saw her perform in Mission Pro Wrestling. I mean, she's a great woman. And just to see her now in AEW, that just shows you, man, you keep pushing yourself, you'll make it. And I'm glad that she did. If anybody out there deserves to be there, it's her.
Yep. Most definitely. And it's super dope, man. It's super dope to see. So
I'd love to see Izzy get her chance, her shot. To be there as well.
You know what? I think that may happen. I think we may be seeing her it sometime soon. I would say this year, honestly. I would say this year.
So.
She looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
She has put on some muscle. And she's really she's perfecting her craft, man. She looks amazing. She really does look amazing.
I would love to honestly see her and Bailey. I think that's just a match to see. That is the match to see. The master versus the teacher versus student.
Yep.
Master versus apprentice.
Yep.
That would be dope. I would really love seeing that.
Absolutely.
In AEW.
Hey, listen. I'm not saying it. It may happen. So there was a documentary. Bailey did a school, like a seminar, a 2-week seminar, and Izzy was at that seminar. And there's video of them like mixing it up and training together. So who knows? And it's criminal, bro. Bailey's not at she's not in the Elimination Chamber. We haven't really seen her in anything significant in WWE. It's criminal at this point. So if I'm looking at AEW and the showcases that they're putting on, I'm like, I kind of want to go over there and do some of that. And I know her contract is I think it's up this year. I know she said she had like a year and a half about a year ago. So who knows? We may be seeing her in there really, really soon.
Well, I'm going to say this. Bailey, much like Michin, okay, much like Chelsea Green, underutilized, no push is given. You're just there.
It's so bad, bro. It's so bad.
I mean, there's been literally no character development whatsoever with Michin. None at all.
I think they had her. I think they had her in line for something, but she got injured. They made a pretty big
lots
deal
of people. We've seen lots of people get injured and they come back and they get pushes.
Yeah, that's true too.
So I'm not like, okay. So Tiffany Stratton just came back from injury. She's gonna push.
That's true.
But she's not half the worker of Michin.
You got a point. I can't argue with that.
Yeah. I mean, Bailey is like a workhorse out there.
The workhorse.
Yeah, the workhorse. So why isn't Bailey getting put? Why isn't Bailey like the Intercontinental Champion?
And they got, I don't know, man. It's a head scratcher. I got nothing. I got nothing. And
I'm gonna tell you this right quick. So when I think about certain talents of why they get where they are, and I look at someone like a Chelsea Green, who when someone this is why Chelsea's one of my favorites, and I respect the hell out of her. When someone gets released, this girl sends a fucking packet of shit to them on who to talk to get booked.
Yep.
I have never heard of anybody in the wrestling business that selfless as Chelsea Green, that actually looks out for the other ones. That is so cool to me. That shows me that there are still some good people left out there for her to actually be looking out for people and to do it, because she doesn't have to do that.
Right.
She doesn't have to do any of that. But the fact that she knows people in AEW and knows who to talk to get you booked over at AEW. Yep. And for somebody like Michael Hayes to come out and say that she's not a top star and she's just there to get people over and whoop de whoop and all that, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Here's where I think Michael Hayes is coming from. And it's an old philosophy. And does Chelsea Green have the look of a world champion?
Yes.
Yes, right? We can say that. Yes. He has this belief, and you can see it in how they utilize women, right? He has this belief that you have to be a super mega athlete like Charlotte Flair, like Jade Cargill. Like you have to look the part. Like you have to look like you could be a superhero and captivate the crowd, which is why you don't see people like a Michin, like a Chelsea Green. They're great wrestlers. They look like they can be world champions, but do they look like the super ultra mega athlete like a Jade Cargill, like a Charlotte Flair, like Tiffany Stratton? Not necessarily. They don't have that type of look, but absolutely the way they carry themselves, the way they wrestle, the way they captivate the crowd is world championship material. But that primitive thinking is that you have to be this certain way. I don't think it necessarily should apply to the women. And I feel like that's what they're doing. It's like you have to be a certain type of way.
Okay, well, let me counter that right quick.
Go ahead.
So when you say all that, and if that's what they're talking about, then guess what? That all falls on creative to come up with the story that's going to take Chelsea Green, that's going to take Michin, B-Fab, whoever, that's going to take them to the top. That's what you're going to have there.
There's no belief there.
You're not presenting anything there that's going to make them superstars. It all comes back to the writing and how that character is presenting on television. If I'm writing this character to look like a loser every week, the fans are going to perceive them as losers. Exactly. That's all you've done. You haven't pushed her. Look what they did. I just watched WWE Unreal Season 1. Look what they did to Chelsea in Canada, her own home country, for the Elimination Chamber. Didn't even have her there.
Yep. And that's where I'm coming from. They don't believe in them.
Yeah.
There's no belief in them that they can be world champion. But I guarantee you, if you give Chelsea Green the ball, she's gonna run it as far as she possibly can.
Right.
Everyone knows that.
She's under. I mean, because if you say that, then you can say, guess what? Hey, did Steve Austin look like a superstar back in the day? No, he did not. He'll tell you, stunning never was meant to be. He says I'm 6'1" with black tights, black boots, and black trunks. That's all I got.
Should have never worked.
And he said basically, because Vince, when he would go up there and say something on TV, the editors would edit out all the stuff he would say. And he went to Vince and says, "Listen, dude, I'm 6'1", black boots. I can't match up with the Undertaker or any of these other bigger guys you have. If you take away my ability to speak, I got nothing. I can't compete." Saying that, they gave him the story and he took off. Same thing with Rocky Maivia. Floundering, not doing shit, didn't look like a superstar. You turn him heel, make him the Rock. That can be done with a Chelsea Green in a heartbeat. Chelsea Green can be a superstar. Michin can be a superstar. Fab can be a superstar. I can make anybody a superstar as long as I'm writing them a story that people are going to believe. That's the way it works, man. That's the creative process. When I look at who they push them because they are scared to push somebody else. We're going to be in our comfort zone here. So we'll push Charlotte Flair. Charlotte, to me, Charlotte is the one that if she takes a loss, it doesn't hurt her. She's kind of she has that invincibility right now, kind of like Hall and Nash did back in the day. They would get beat and it didn't hurt her. That's where Charlotte's at right now. Charlotte's main job now is she can be in the title picture, but she's there to put people over. Charlotte, Jade Cargill, obviously that's the match that we want for WrestleMania. She's got to put Jade Cargill over. That makes Jade Cargill. Because right now, Jade Cargill is floundering because Jade Cargill don't have anything to do. Jade Cargill is running around with the same people.
You don't have any opponents.
She needs that story. Don't have any opponents for her. Don't have anything for her. She's just carrying the belt. She comes out and cut the promo, and that's it. Now I know Chelsea's out right now with an injury, but and I think Chelsea Green, I think it might be time for her to turn babyface as well. I think that
I believe so.
I think the sympathy is there for her to do something different, and I'm all for it. I'm all for anything that Chelsea does. I'm there for it, bro.
I'm with it. I'm definitely with it, and I agree. If you give her the chance, I know you have a superstar in your hands. You just have to give it a shot. Have to give it a shot. So it is what it is. But speaking of that, let's go into WWE.
Hold on before we go into the whip. So I just saw something. I want to get your opinion on this.
Go ahead.
So this from Dave Meltzer.
Oh Lord.
Dave Meltzer says that AEW stopped booking Rusev because he refused to lose. Now all he does in WWE is lose. What do you think about that?
I don't know if that's true, but if it is, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. I don't know if that's true, but there was an interesting take from MJF a couple of weeks ago, and he said something to the effect, I'm gonna paraphrase, and I'm probably gonna misquote, but he's pretty much on the belief that the guys in AEW that's there now are there to push each other. There's no people that are there for themselves and themselves only. Everybody's there to make each other better, which is why you're seeing what you're seeing. So
what he's saying is he saying that there was a certain guy there that went by the name Punk that was in it for himself?
Listen, I'm not saying that's who he said he was because he didn't say a name. He said this. He was like, I don't have to say a name. He was like, that defeats the purpose. But they're the people that are there now are there to push each other. But
okay, well, I know he's not talking about Cody.
I know
he's not talking about Cody.
Know that too.
So it comes down to Rusev and Mr. CM Punk.
There's plenty of guys that have left AEW.
Yeah, but I'm looking at these two, and if I have to pick one, I'm gonna pick Punk.
If you connect dots, it screams Punk.
Oh, of course it does.
If you connect dots,
that's kind of one of the reasons why I kind of don't want to buy 2K26 is because it's built around him.
Is it?
Yeah, it is, because he's the main story, but outside of like Monday Night War, like he's the main one. So
I didn't know that.
He's a cover, the cover star.
Oh yeah, I know he is the cover star.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was going to be revolving.
Yeah, so that's kind of one of the reasons why I don't want to get the damn game, because like I would be necessarily supporting CM Punk.
I would say this: MJF had a point. He had a point, and to Meltzer's point, we haven't seen Rusev on the winning end of a lot of matches. Actually, we haven't seen him in a lot of matches.
Well, bro, They screwed over Rusev the moment they brought him back, and they had him with that god awful music he has. That's where you screwed him, right there.
Yes.
That music is horrible that he comes out to. Speaking of music, so Victoria is going to be in the game, as we know.
Oh, with the
and with the tattoo, all things, yes. So that's a mark out moment.
Yes,
that's cool.
That'll make me play as her just for that.
Listen, 2K, if you're listening, all right, you got a problem there. You released the Undertaker's entry. You got it on there, Undertaker 98, right? Well, it ain't Undertaker 98. It's Undertaker 99 that you have on there. It's the Ministry Undertaker that you have coming out with the Undertaker 98 theme song. You got the wrong models on there, kids. So
only you would
want
know
someone
that
to pay $70 for this game. Then you want us to pay $150 for the Monday Night War edition, and you can't get it right. Why is Goldberg from WCW wearing his WWE trunks and has black tights from WCW?
I noticed because I was like, that's kind of weird.
Right.
But it is a WWE game. I know they probably don't want to. I don't know why they wouldn't put the WCW stuff that they own in the game.
You know why? I'm going to tell you what it is, bro. This is what it is. They don't give a shit about it like we do. I know what it is because I lived through the era. So did you. Yep. So when I know something like Scott Hall, for instance, on the game, Scott Hall for the last few years has been coming out with a crooked ass N on his wrestling tights. Well, on the back of when it says NWO,
yeah,
the N is crooked, and they have never gone back to fix that, and it drives me nuts when I see that crooked N. That's the little shit I'm talking about.
Yep.
You know, and it's like, okay, you got Macho Man Randy Savage coming out there as part of NWO, but you put him with Elizabeth from the 80s. Yep. That makes no sense. Like, why wouldn't you just make a new model for Liz and put her in an NWO t-shirt and a black leather skirt like she used to wear in WCW? Like, why are we telling you this?
Because that takes more man hours to do and redo.
That's stupid. We got, I guess this is the reason why I'm not shoving out $100-something for this shit, because it's stupid. That's more man hours. Like if you charging all this money, at least get the shit right.
Fact.
Well, I'm saying there's no point in, like, why am I up here? Why am I and all the rest of the game players out there? Why do we have to continuously tell 2K what the hell do with these games? Like, we got to tell you to put the right model in, or we have to tell you, hey, you know, that Undertaker, that face model kind of looks like Undertaker now, but he's supposed to be Undertaker from 1989, or no, excuse me, Undertaker from 1991 or some shit.
Because they don't go with the artistic, they go with the face.
That's bullshit. Listen, if it was 89, 90, that would be the skyscrapers. So give us me and Mark then.
Yep.
But I'm gonna step off my soapbox there.
No, that's a good soapbox to be on. Because they got to be held accountable.
$162, I believe it was the other day on PlayStation, if I want to buy the damn game, bro. And I'm like, I mean, what's next? You gonna put?
You know what I'm gonna do,
my dude.
You know what I'm gonna do.
You got DX coming out there, and the model they're using for DX so they got DX coming out. It's the DX from 1997 with Shawn, Triple H, in China, but you're coming out to the 09 DX music.
Yep.
Why not play the original song? And some jackass in the comment section was like, "Oh, they can't use that song because of copyright." It's a WWE song, fucknut. And Chris Warren sang the song again in 09. It was a redo. So they have the song.
Yep.
And then it's like, and they didn't get the entrance right because during that time frame, Shawn would come out there when they would be in the ring together. You would have the pyro go on back behind him. And that was Shawn Michaels' pyro when he would pose and they would do their shit. You know? So I'm like, why can't you guys get this right? And all people are saying, well, come on, Frank Dee Vader, it's just a game. $175 fucking damn dollar game, player.
It's part of my check right now.
Shit. They didn't fuck up the church's money.
Absolutely. But on that note, let's jump into WWE because we got to hit some topics. Oof. WrestleMania 42 quickly approaching. We're about 7 weeks out from the date. And oh my goodness, bro, we got some news on that front. So the blackouts. Normally, and this was my plan too, because I'm going to Vegas for WrestleMania, not going to WrestleMania because these tickets are way too expensive. No way, no how. Not doing it. I learned my lesson last year, although I did have fun. I'm not doing that again this year. No way. But the ticket sales have been slow. The venues that were licensed to show WrestleMania, they have been notified that this year they will not be able to stream WrestleMania. There's a lot of events within 50 miles of the WrestleMania location at Allegiant Stadium will not be able to stream live the events. This has affected a lot of hotels because a lot of people were on that bus. I know the Palms had some stuff set up. They are unable to play it. I think the biggest location, Circa, does a stadium swim. They were notifying people that, hey, we may not be able to stream it this year. And I was at Stadium Swim last year for night 2. Very fun. I was like, I should have came here last night because it was actually more fun than actually being in the building. There was a lot of AEW people there. Like we were sitting and talking to people, and it was fun. But that's one of the biggest venues, and they're notifying people like, hey, we may not be able to show people. But the blackouts they've caused a significant spike in people. I'm not going to Vegas. I'm not going to WrestleMania. A lot of people don't have ESPN. Your thoughts on how big of a dent this could put in the Mania product?
Bro, like we said last week or whenever we did that show, WWE name sells itself. WrestleMania sells itself. But here's the thing. You are screwing your fan base over. Not everybody wants to go to a stadium to watch the show. What if somebody has like anxiety and they don't want to be around like a lot of people? They'd rather go to a little small venue to go watch the show, more intimate. Go watch it with friends. They don't want to go see the shit live at the arena. It hurts. Listen, Las Vegas paid a lot of money, and this is like basically a tourist situation here. It's a tourism thing. So you wanted to bring a lot of people into Las Vegas for WrestleMania. People plan their whole year around WrestleMania, coming and going where WrestleMania is going to be. So you're screwing them. And you're also screwing that local economy that would normally get all this traffic. And honestly, a lot of people are not going to Las Vegas anymore. Las Vegas economy is in the shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't even, I understand, you can't even get prime whores there right now. So no one's going. You know what I mean? No one's going. So with WWE, you're blacking it out. People don't have Peacock anymore. I mean, bro, what are you gonna do here? I'm not buying ESPN Plus for this shit.
No.
Because that's not gonna happen. I have no interest at all in WrestleMania. I couldn't care less about WrestleMania. The people that are there that's gonna be in Vegas, I was just not gonna do a shit. I mean, I'm pretty sure they got some concerts that are gonna happen. I'm pretty sure you got some residencies that's gonna happen. You got some independents that's gonna be there. Yep. So you ain't got to go. If you want to find out what's going to happen at WrestleMania, just look on Facebook for the spoilers. That's it. You ain't got to be there live, because here's the thing. I want to know, and Brandon Thurston would probably know this. I want to know, have the ticket prices improved since they announced the blackouts? Because they're not only doing it for WrestleMania, they're doing it for Elimination Chamber in Chicago.
Yeah.
So they're doing. I mean, so you're essentially screwing over your audience, and that's something Vince McMahon would never do. Vince would never do that. The only thing Vince ever did, or they tried to do, was stop the little events around that were piggybacking off of them, and then after a while they didn't give a damn anymore. It's like whatever.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it is. But right now, this to me, dude. I mean, let me tell you what this reeks of. This reeks of the war between Crockett and McMahon way back in the day. It's like when Vince would call the cable companies and say, "You will not get WrestleMania if you carry Crockett. You won't get it." So it's kind of like now with Triple H. You're not going to get WrestleMania because we want them to come to the arena. We want them to come to the stadium. That's what we want.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to stream the show. I'm sorry. You're not going to stream it. But I'm going to ask you now, are you enjoying the show?
Nah, that's facts though, man. And it's like, so me personally, right? I'll just tell you, I'll tell you what my plans were. So
right.
I met a group of people out there. We got really, really cool. And we planned from last year to this year. And up until they made that announcement, it was like, all right, we're gonna go. Our plan is to do the collective. GCW's running the collective, right? Bunch of good shows. Did that last year, and it was really fun. It was really a good time. The tickets are cheap. You can go catch shows. They running them all day. They had shows around the city. WrestleCon was there. You didn't even have to do WrestleCon. You didn't even have to do that. But it's an option. They had so many wrestling events around, and this year's the same. They have GCW. Mojo Rawley just announced that CMLL, MLP, Tokyo Joshi Pro, and Stardom are all doing the show at the Palms. And
House of Glory is on there as well.
Yeah, House of Glory too. Yeah. And then like there's New Texas from Austin is going over there. They have a great working relationship with West Coast Pro, Future Stars of Wrestling. Like there's stuff to do there to where you don't have to go to WrestleMania. So that's our plan, is go to all the indie shows and then go to Circa for Stadium Swim. That was the plan. So when they announced that, it kind of threw a wrench in everything because, like, bro, we don't know where we're going to go to watch it. But the plan was go hang out at the Circa, watch WrestleMania. Yeah. It's free as long as you're in there, you're buying drinks or whatever. It's free. So that was the plan. And now that just threw a wrench in everything. And now people are scrambling like, well, where the hell are we going to go watch it? Because nobody.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
That
takes the fun out of it.
It takes the fun out of it because I remember like watching some of the YouTube videos I watch. It's like, I forgot where it's at, bro. I think it's like, don't quote me, but I think it's like Boston. But it's like this a sports bar, and everybody's in there watching the WWE shows, and it's like they put a little reactions or whatever, and they're not even going to be able to, like, if you're in that immediate area, that radius, you're not going to be able to do that. And it's like okay, so we're gonna meet up at people's houses now, or we get an Airbnb.
That's like, bro, we might have to stream this shit in the lobby on the phone, like. Stupid. You know what I mean? It's like it's stupid, and it's like
does the city of Las Vegas know that WWE's pulling in shit? Because like I said before, they paid to bring WWE there, and this is gonna give a bit boost to the local economy there. That's the whole point. It's a tourist attraction. And now they're not getting that.
Yep. And it's like it almost begs the question now, like, why did you pull it from New Orleans then? If this is your plan. Like, why would you do that? A bunch of people don't really want to go to Vegas for Mania because the last one wasn't that great. That's why the tickets.
And this was not going to be that either. You got CM Punk in the main event. Come on, people.
But not only that, man. It's like you're in the same situation that you were in last year, and you didn't learn your lesson. Nothing's established right now. So you just announced a second match. So Roman Reigns versus Punk, and we pretty much know who's going to win that match. Then you got Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquer. Those are your two matches, and you're 7 weeks away from Mania. That never happened.
Vince was playing the year before.
Mania,
a year before his Mania.
Yes,
his like I don't know. I kind of know though. Watching WWE Unreal, I kind of get it.
Yeah,
now,
you get it. Yeah,
why it's so screwed up over there.
Yeah, but and it's like, bro, this never happened. After Royal Rumble, we knew what Mania was going to be. Royal Rumble was the last piece because that guy was the main event. Everything else was set. We're in a position now to where we don't know anything besides whoever won the Rumble is going in the main event, and whoever wins the Elimination Chamber is probably going to main event night one. That's what we know. And it's like, how do you want us to get excited about that? How do you want us to spend money to go to the arena? Oh, by the way, it's in Vegas. Vegas isn't family friendly.
No.
So now we got to worry about, like, all right, if I have kids and I want to go to Mania, like I have to plan around that. That's some serious planning. And then if I do have a family, there's only a couple of spots that we can go and actually, go and be with the family. Your options are limited. And then for everything else going on, it's in casinos. Like that's not going to be fun. It's not family friendly. It's not affordable because Vegas hikes up every day. I can tell you this firsthand. I was like, if I'm going back to Vegas, I am renting a car. There's no way on earth I will Uber everywhere. That is ridiculous. $50, bro, for an Uber. I was like, yeah, this is getting old real quick. I'm gonna walk.
Well, shit. We yeah, well, listen. I remember one year, it was the last time I went to Vegas. I went to Fat Burger on the Strip. And I ordered what we had. It was me and my sisters and some bitch I used to mess with. Anyways. So man, she was a bitch. Anyways, so we ordered four cheeseburgers, 4 fries, and 4 drinks. They sell the shit separately. You can't buy it as a meal.
Yep.
$75 fucking dollars. You know what I said? I said, fuck that. I'm going to Panda Express. I said, I'm going to Panda Express. I want some more shit. But this right here is bullshit. Y'all keep that. You keep them fat burgers. Keep all these shit. Yep. You say, you're done what? No, I don't want it. $75 fucking dollars. Out there, rabbit ass mine, boy.
Yep. Yeah, man. Vegas, it's expensive, man, and it's like because they know it's a big time, and then so last year you're gonna run into the same problem again. Like they had all kind of tournaments, and they had like judo tournaments and gymnastics tournaments. You're gonna have the same problem again this year because it's on the same days. That whole weekend, it was an ass pain, bro. Like to move around, there were people everywhere. It was just getting the Uber. And I was like, bro, if I come out here next year, if there's ever a time I'm coming back out here, I'm renting a car. And that's exactly what I did. I'm not in the taxis are expensive. The Ubers are expensive. Just getting around, period. It's expensive unless you're walking. Yeah. And nothing's close. So, like, nothing you want to go to is close. Allegiant Stadium, we had to walk to that, but there was no driving to Allegiant Stadium because they blocked off everything. They made sure everybody had to walk to that, but it was not enjoyable. that was a horrible experience.
That's why that right there, bro, is why I don't do stadium shows. I don't do stadium shows.
Get it.
We did the Rumble here at the Alamo Dome in 2023.
And even that was
that was a bitch.
Yeah, this was 10 times worse than that. Because not only did you have to walk, and then so the gate, it's about a mile to the entrance. So you had to walk to the gate from the casino, walk to the gate, and then walk to get into the stadium. it was an ass pain, bro. And then like they had everything set up, but so you had stuff to do. But at that point, it's like, man, I just want to go in here and sit down. That's it. And then you got to leave.
Right.
Then you got to leave. Leaving was worse than going in. It was just like, not doing that. And that's why, like, when I went to Circa, I was like, bro, I should have just did this the whole time. It's so much better. So much better. But yeah, it's the blackouts, they will definitely have a big impact.
Right.
Very much. And the fact that the tickets are more expensive, people just, and it's understandable, man. People don't want to go through that stuff at all.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to go to that shit. They got Monday Night Raw coming here next month. I could go if I want to go. I don't want to go.
Yeah, they had SmackDown after Mania's here, and I'm like, pass.
Yeah, I don't want to go to that shit. I don't go for what? So I can sit there the entire time and be bored. Oh, here comes CM Punk, somebody I don't like. Here comes CM Punk.
Now I've heard SmackDown is a good show to go to. I've heard that,
Yeah.
But still, ticket prices, man. Like TKO, y'all got to chill.
No, they're not going to chill. They won't chill until that bubble is finally burst.
I'm hoping, and this sounds bad, but I'm really hoping Mania will teach them a lesson.
Oh, me too. I hope the Elimination Chamber teaches them a lesson.
Me too. I don't think
last year's Chamber was a bigger deal than this year's Chamber.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh, but what a difference a year makes. And that's because of The Rock.
Yeah. Yeah. They're still on this mindset that the fans will do anything, bro. And to some extent, they're right. Because
fans gotta change that.
Yeah, people will still go. People will still buy those tickets. And there's no real reason for them to change. So
no, if you're gonna go out there and keep enjoying the show, then yeah, there's a reason for you to change. I don't enjoy the show. I look at the clips on YouTube.
I watched SmackDown for the first time in a while. It wasn't bad, but I haven't really been keeping up with WWE as much as I should.
Yeah.
So I keep up with it, but I'm almost on the clips too. It's like I'm gonna watch a little bit to see what's cracking. That's about it. That's why.
Yeah. I like I said before, dude, I have no interest in their shows, nothing that they do. But I will say congratulations to the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Yes.
On his going to the WWE Hall of Fame. That's pretty cool. I did watch the little celebration they had there. I did see that. I actually think it's kind of cool, even though I'm kind of sour on Undertaker too. But I think it's kind of cool that he's the one to announce who's going in the Hall of Fame as him being the gatekeeper for that. I think that's actually a pretty cool touch.
Yeah.
AJ deserves it. I mean, AJ is just listen. I've been watching AJ Styles since WCW 2001 when they were going out. And it was cool to see his partner from Air Raid, Eric Paris, there on Monday night as well.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah.
And then you had Abyss, Chris Parks as Abyss. Yep.
Frankie Kazarian was out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty dope.
Was out there. It was really cool thing. If anybody deserves AJ. But I'm gonna tell you right now, me personally, I don't think AJ is done wrestling.
I don't either.
Well, keep it at that.
Yep. Most definitely. I don't either. But let's get into these final shots and thoughts, bro. Let's get up out of here. All right, man. Before we get up out of here, I do want to bring up that I didn't want to put it on this show because we just got these today, but we do have sponsors for the shows. We ran the gambit and we got Southwest as a sponsor. We'll put that link in the description. Southwest has a great reward system. Make sure you guys go click that link. Know a lot of people plan on traveling. Hey, if you plan on traveling to Vegas, no matter where you're from, Southwest has deals, very affordable airline. Get the link, click the link in the description, go sign up for the program, help your boys out. Please, thank you. But outside of that, Who Runs the World 3, MPX, all women's event coming up March 7th. We will be breaking that card down. We probably will be there live, so tune in and check out what they got going on. Very, very good card. A lot of people. Nikki Blackheart, who recently had a WWE tryout, who I fully expect will be going to the WWE. She is the current MPX Women's Champion. She will be defending against Priscilla Kelly, the former Gigi Dolan of NXT. She'll be defending on that card. That is the main event. But we'll be breaking that card down next weekend. Come check us out. New shows on the DFPN. So these shows that we're recording now, that you get right now, we will be putting those on the DFPN YouTube channel as well on Tuesday nights. So please come check us out. Subscribe to the DFPN YouTube as well. Big shout out to the network and shout out to everybody else doing it. Frank D, what you got?
Yeah, so like I said before, join the Patreon, all right? Join the top tier of the Patreon, and that will give you the opportunity to come on here on the No Gimmicks podcast, and we do a little fan appreciation event. You come up here, shoot the shit with us, do an episode, do a recording of the No Gimmicks podcast, talk about what you want to talk about. So don't forget to join the Patreon, and we'll also leave the link for the Patreon in the description once the show is posted. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe this podcast here on the No Gimmicks YouTube channel. And we're also going to be clipping this show as well. So if you don't want to listen to the entire podcast, we're going to clip it, make it easy, make it simple. And we appreciate the support out there from all the fans. Also, don't forget, we're going to be coming up with another episode of the Rebel Empire. When Gibbs gets back, we're going to be sitting down, going to the booth once again, record another Star Wars show. And I believe, talking to him, I think we're going to touch the sequel trilogy. So that's what we got cracking with that. Other than that, I am going to get back to doing what I do, and that is raising hell in the garage. You're muted, bro.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go make my wife dinner because she is
okay.
She was calling me for dinner.
Gotcha.
But if you got nothing else, I got nothing else, bro.
Got nothing else? Thank you all. I mean, everybody out there, thank you for the support that you are giving the No Gimmicks podcast here. Much love out there to Metroplex Wrestling and the relationship we have with them. Much love to everybody here for the DFPN family. Like I said before, like, subscribe, comment on the videos that we post here. That takes the YouTube channel a long ways. We're almost at 30,000 people down there.
That's
so
wild.
And we've done that in a short amount of time. So we really appreciate you, the listeners out there, you, the fans of the No Gimmicks podcast. And I got nothing else except to say, help control the pet population. Every pet spayed or neutered.
Love it, bro. All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in. You know what it is. Until next time, be safe. Take care of each other. Enjoy what you're going to enjoy. Peace.
And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmicks, gimmicks.